Hi, this is Shelley Sparks. I'm back to talk about feng shui and partners. And so this segment of teaching is about the five elements. And again, in my last video, I laid the groundwork for you understanding the five elements and understanding the fact that we all have all of these different elements within us. So now, as I go through the elements, I'd like you to start guessing which of the five elements you align with most. Now, understanding the fact that you're going to have all of these attributes within you. Let's look. I'm going to look at each of the elements in two different ways. One from the perspective of um, uh, the Chinese um, holistic view of the element itself, and the other in terms of the personality itself. So, first of all, let's look at the element of wood. Wood is it represents springtime. It represents hope and vitality. In terms of the five senses, it represents the sense of sight, and in the body, it governs the liver and the gallbladder. In terms of personalities, the wood personality is the pioneer, the visionary. They're optimistic. They like to be the first, the best, and the only. And they're very action oriented. So they're not necessarily completion oriented, they're very action oriented. And you can have components of this wood in your personality, and you can have too much wood. It could be maladapted. You could have just the right amount, or you could have too little, and that brings about different aspects of your personality. The next element is the element of fire. It governs reason, strength, your intimacy. People that have a lot of fire in their personality often represent very powerful people. And in terms of the five senses, it represents the sense of taste. And the fire personality is the wizard. They are the ones that make the magic happen. They are power oriented, they're dramatic. They're also very reason oriented and very intuitive. They're the kind of people that stand next to another person and actually feel their pain. Um, and again, there's if you have the right amounts or too much or too little, it affects your personality. The next element is the element of earth. And this element governs the caring, trust, stability, empathy, and in terms of the five senses, represents the sense of touch. And earth element people are the peacemakers. They are like the mothers. They want inclusion. They need to be needed. They're agreeable and accommodating, and they seek harmony and togetherness. And again, there are the right amount, the uh, maladapted, and too much, too little. The next element is the element of metal, and metal represents righteousness, grief, purity. It can have to do with sadness too. It governs the physical sense of the smell, and as a personality, metal element represents the alchemist. They're disciplined, structured, and and defined. They like virtue, discretion, authority. And one thing about the metal people is they love to have beauty and refinement around them, and they live by reason and principles. Again, you can be balanced or imbalanced in these ways. And finally, we have the the element of water, and water represents wisdom, justice, seriousness, and fear. Um, we have the sense of hearing associated with the water element. And the water person is the philosopher. They're the sage, they're articulate, they're introspective, they're self contained. They seek to know and understand, and they actually like to be enigmatic, so a little bit mysterious. And again, there are balanced amounts of water and imbalanced amounts of water. In my next video, I'm going to discuss how you determine by year which element you are, and a little bit of how the elements work or don't work together. We might look at the 5 elements and how they are simpatico or not so much. This is Shelley Sparks. If you'd like more information about the 5 elements, check out my book, Secrets of the Land, Designing Harmonious Gardens with Feng Shui, available on Amazon. Thanks for listening.